Amazing.
Nope, cat.
Eric's about to be banned for abusing his cat.
That moment when you hit go live and then step on your cat, fantastic. I'm banned. I didn't know she was right there. Why the hell would she sit there? I don't understand it. Anyway, hello everyone. God damn! All of a sudden, I am like blasting on my camera here. But hello everyone. Welcome to the Fireside Chat podcast. My name is Nomad. And I have to fix something on the fly here, which is typical. How did I put your camera? There we are. Your camera was basically covering up your name tag, and Vivid's is not where its name tag is supposed to be. Nothing is right. I just fixed it, and now it's all
what a
fucked
better way
again.
to start a season 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fucking season 2. I'm starting over from fresh. I'm actually going to upload all of these to the proper channels it's supposed to go.
You know, like, if Fortnite can do it.
If Fortnite can drop a sequel, so can I, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But hello everyone, and welcome. See where everyone is at.
It's been a minute.
I know.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a long minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. But yes.
A minute that stretched multiple weeks, some would say.
Yes. What was supposed to be 2 weeks off ended up becoming
like 2 months.
A lot more than 2. It became like a month. Like I think we were gone for about.
Yeah, it was about a month. I think.
It was about 3 weeks. I think it's been about 3 weeks since we did it, and I gave up.
Wow.
I turned down drinks with a friend for you guys.
Oh.
I had a friend from work that was like, "Hey, we're all gonna go get drinks after work. Do you want to come?" And I was just like, "Nope, can't tonight. This is the worst fucking night. Like you could have. There has been 7 nights you could have invited me between now and then,
Whole other nights.
and you didn't invite me out one time. And you wait until the night. You wait until the night that you knew I was gonna do stuff at 10:30 to decide to invite me. Fantastic planning on their part." Let me see, what in the world? Am I having an issue? I'm trying to see. Oh, okay, no, there we are. It wasn't showing anything. It wasn't showing, like, any of my, like... wasn't showing my title or my viewers or whatnot. But anyway, now it is. It's fixed.
Not a fucking emote.
Ah, the yeet. The yeet. I didn't know you unlocked... I didn't know you unlocked a second emote, Lepely.
Level yeet.
Oh
It's
my
a
god.
level
Yeet. And look at that sexy first badge.
I know,
That
right?
sexy founder badge you have. Look at you. Oh,
For some reason, I don't have one for yours left. I don't have a founder's badge. I don't know
Really?
why.
I
I don't know how.
have a founder's badge for Lep's channel, Vivid's channel, my brother's channel, and my friend Maury's channel. Those are the ones that I have.
I suppose that's the elephant in the room of Twitch changes, other than the new layout. But the founder's badges are a thing now.
No, yeah, and it's really nice.
None of us really know why they're a thing, but it's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, it's like
I've heard different things too. Like I know it's basically like the first people to subscribe to your channel.
yes.
But I've also I've heard different numbers as to I've heard it's like the first 10.
Affiliates have the first 10. Partners have the first 25.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. So
I
if you
heard different things, and I was just like, yeah, sure.
But
yeah.
The question is though, does it go up to the first 25 when you get partner? Or
Yes.
is it just...
Yes. Once you're partnered,
Okay.
it goes up to the first 25.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I don't know when the hell I'll get that.
It's a neat little badge.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
It's just a little extra something to make your like longtime supporters feel special.
Yeah, and it's also nice.
Which
It's
I
also
like.
nice
I
for you
dig.
because it's like, hey, guess what? I've been here forever, and it's it's kind of cool. Most of people with my first badge are basically mods now, so that's kind of
I will say though, I'm kind of glad I didn't have it for Leps because I want that fucking party pigeon and it replaces that. So
Oh, does it? Oh no.
Well, I think you can change it. Like you can go to chat settings and change your stuff.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, go, like,
when
switch-
when I was looking at them, it just didn't give me the option.
yeah,
It gave me the Prime option, and that's about it.
yeah. Cause see, like I can change. Oh, you know what? I think it actually might.
hmm
Oh
it
man.
replaces the sub badge,
Oh.
which is, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool because it's a unique sub badge. But at the same time,
Yeah.
when you have like dual sub badges,
Yeah. Well, I think you
Kind
can.
of
I think no. They said you could turn it off. You didn't have to have it. So there's a way to turn it off somehow.
that must be like a proper your own channel thing.
There
I
must be like
imagine.
like a channel setting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird that's not in the customizable badge at least. But yeah, that's a neat little thing. It looks cool.
Mhm.
It looks
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It has
So-
a nice gradient on it.
So one of the so one of the topics that we're going to be talking about is stories that happened at TwitchCon, things we heard about TwitchCon. We're talking about the changes
TwitchCon
that they've
news.
announced at TwitchCon, and then we're also going to get into what our plans are for next TwitchCon. We'll get to that later. And then what goals do we want to set for our channels? And I guess the group that we've kind of created, being three of us, where we want to get to between now and technically September 2020 when next TwitchCon rolls around. So that's kind of the layout of this stream. But in the 3 weeks we've been gone, what have you two been up to? Because I know both of y'all have been pretty active in different regards.
I mostly been job hunting. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a lot of job hunting. I've been signing up to pretty much every careers course imaginable. I'm now on like 3 of them.
Well, that's good.
All right.
Yeah. So, and 2 of them overlap, so that's fun. So yeah,
That's always
like
fun.
literally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, I'm at a career thing talking
Mhm.
about careers, and whilst I'm fully qualified to get into a career, it's just something that will hopefully just place me in one, to be honest. Like
Right.
help me just secure one, get some more income in. Other than that, it's basically just been rebooting the shit that I do on Twitch and YouTube, mostly YouTube, because Twitch was kind of just going anyway. You know, we've
Mhm.
upgraded the podcast, which I'm sure we'll probably discuss later when we discuss the future of this show
Mhm.
Yeah.
and where that could
Right.
potentially go. We've upgraded my own podcast, and yeah, it's just like bringing my review show back. That came back last Wednesday.
Mhm.
It's got another episode this Wednesday, and yeah, just bringing shit back and trying to get back on the grind with stuff. Really.
Back in the content creating grind.
hmm
But what have you been up to, Lep? Because
My time has been far less exciting. I mean, I've mostly just been work and school as usual, and streaming on
Making
Mondays,
memes.
and that's living that meme life.
Yup.
That's
Yup.
basically it. I'm down to like my last 2 weeks of the class that I'm in now, so it's crunch time, and my essays due next Sunday.
Oof. That's disgusting.
Yeah. So I have to rewrite that next week, but it's yeah, it's mostly just been same old work, school, stream. That's my life.
Rinse and repeat, right?
Yeah, basically.
Oh gosh.
It's good times. It's good times.
Yes. So
And obviously, you've been doing the streaming game a lot more, Eric. You've been getting a bit more consistent with that.
yes, yeah.
I've been trying to. I'm still only on like Monday nights now, but
The marbles.
yeah, the marbles is where it's at, man. I've had the most growth in the past. Like, let's see, when did I start streaming marbles? Like in July. Yeah.
I think
So
so.
since July, I've had like the most growth that I've seen in my stream community, like as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
that I've seen in like the entire like almost 2 years that I've been streaming.
Wow.
It's been crazy. The marbles community is great. A+ would recommend. 5 stars.
Would marble.
Would marble again.
Wow. I guess maybe I should pepper in some marble streams sometimes just to get some people in there.
Some
I
Marvel
highly
Review
recommend.
streams.
It's good. Like they're good streams just for like just having like a chill night and just like hanging out with people. Like that's kind of what I enjoy about it is that you see the same like between the grinders that are like super hardcore and like just the same people in the community that just kind of hang out and like go stream to stream every night. Like you see the same people and so you really get to know people and it's just like you're just kind of like hanging out and like having a game that you all play and like make fun of each other and it's like kind of competitive and you're like you suck, you beat me, I'm gonna beat you next time, even though there's literally nothing you can do about it.
Need to get them ghosts, you know.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun because it's just like chill hangout streams. They've been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed them.
Speaking of Hangout community streams, people need to check out the co-op shit that we've been doing recently.
Yes. Oh my god. The stuff we've been doing lately has been fucking hysterical. That
I think
Sea
we
of
need to play Sea of Thieves again.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
we gotta do something, man. Even if it's not Sea of Thieves, like I kind of like that we've been kind of changing it up a little bit. Like I'll be honest, I was gonna see like what my schedule looks like.
Pacify was a good meme.
Pacify was fun. I feel
That's maybe my favorite Twitch clip I've ever got on my channel.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Because I didn't fucking like it at all. Alright? That's scared me.
From every angle.
It does not. It does not. I disagree. I wasn't having fun at all. Matter of fact, I still haven't recovered. I cannot walk into my closet. My closet has a light in it. It has to be on at all times. I can't sleep without my closet light on anymore. That's how far that's how much that clip damaged me. No, but it's been so much fun. Like I was thinking about like because we all have Civilization, and I played.
You need to finish our game that we started.
Yes, which we have to get with Yimmy, which I don't even remember.
That's never gonna happen.
I don't even remember what the hell we're doing. We might as well start over. But
yeah.
What's crazy? So I played. So this is really cool. A few nights ago, I believe it was Thursday night. Joyful Death, which is a friend of mine who I used to stream with all the time, was live with her brother who is in town for the weekend. Mopar Prime, or I think he's at Adonis Prime now. But they were playing Pummel Party, and it's basically like a. It's basically like a. It's, have it's sort of like Mario Party,
Right.
but a little bit more raunchy, a little bit more darker themes, if you will.
A raunchy Mario Party.
Yes. We basically just played the mini games.
Okay.
But they were A+ quality tier meme. That they were fucking fun. And then we changed to a game called Havocado, which is basically stick fight meets gang beasts. That was some of the most fun I have had with Joy and her brother, and I used to play with them all the time.
Is Gang Beasts A+ tier game? Love
Yes, Gang Beasts is fun, but I think Havocado might have been even better. Like, I had to be so careful because it was at like 1 a.m. in the morning, so all my roommates are asleep. And do you know how hard it was to play that game? Laugh like this the entire time because you don't want to wake up your roommates. And it was so much fun. And I told Joy, I was like, we have to play that game again, like as soon as possible. We have to play that game again. And I think the three of us would really enjoy that.
I like that our go-to co-op game has become Uno.
Yeah.
whenever we need to like decompress from whatever we were just playing.
From whatever we were
Let's
just
go to
playing.
Uno.
Let's a couple of rounds of Uno. We'll get some of those in there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
fine.
that can't damage our friendship long
That'll
term.
really like mellow us out for the night.
Yeah.
You know,
This-
it's like it seems like we've been murdered by a giant shark. You know, let's
Time for some Uno.
We just had a demon that's gonna scar me for life. We just go play some Uno.
Eric's not gonna sleep. Let's calm down some more.
Uno is the cure-all.
God, that was so much fun. But yeah, that's something we man. It's been so much fun just like collabing with people, and what's really nice is Joy, my boss, is in China for 2 weeks.
Ah,
So no Saturday meeting for the next 2 weeks.
hey.
And I'm hoping we'll get the schedule in fucking advance so I can actually plan shit. We'll
Nice.
see. That's to be determined. But
Speaking of China, not to get political, but fuck Blizzard.
yes. Okay, so I was gonna I was gonna say this at the end, but I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna try to find this so I can clip it and post it.
Since we're here.
I will not.
Since we're at
I will not be streaming anything Blizzard related on this channel at all. I have friends that play Overwatch religiously. I have friends IRL that want me to play World of Warcraft with them again, and I will do that. I'm not gonna not play a game I've already bought. And I do really love World of Warcraft, but I will not stream it. I want this to be a career at some point. I would love for this to be a career at some point, and I don't want a potential professional environment to be linked to Blizzard right now. So until Blizzard changes their stance on the Hong Kong situation, I will not be streaming anything Blizzard related. I will not stream Doom. Oh no, Doom's Bethesda, right?
Doom is Bethesda.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, disregard that. I'll stream Doom. But, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, all those. Hearthstone.
Would
No.
you do Blizzard or would you do Activision Blizzard? Not that you play many Activision games, but
I don't know. Activision's kind of iffy anyway, because Activision is Call of Duty, and you'd have to basically put a gun to my head for me to play that game in the first place. So
well, to be fair, they technically, although not anymore, technically still have the fingertips on Destiny, albeit they don't own Destiny anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Bungie's
Thank
his
God.
own thing. Bungie escaped that fire before it could
Bungie
even.
got out of there.
Bungie got the hell out of there right in time. And that's the crazy thing. It's like there's so many. You don't realize just how much control. Like, and I don't want to get super political on here, but China has so much control over everything. Like
Yeah.
the NBA is under fire because
Yeah,
of that.
So the thing I noticed with this, when I was doing research into this, is that it all links back to the company Tencent, which are a massive fucking media conglomerate for those in the video game world. They own Riot Games, which is why Riot is a piece of shit most of the time. They have 40% ownership over Epic Games as well. I believe they only own 5% of Blizzard or something.
Yeah, it's like a 5% share, which is why everyone's like, you're gonna
It's-
basically jeopardize your entire marketing
Yeah.
campaign over 5%.
Yeah, the issue is that China's such a big market for shit, you know.
And
that
did you hear?
You don't want to piss them off.
So,
which is-
so did you hear about the League of Legends thing? So League of Legends has a team called Hong Kong Attitude, and when they announce it, they call them HKA. Now, in Riot's defense, their statement is true. They abbreviate everyone's name. Cloud9 is always abbreviated to C9. TSM is always known as TSM. I can't even tell you what the fuck it stands for. Right? So it's not unheard of for them to abbreviate most of the names, especially when it's
a very
three-word
normal
names.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a very normal thing in esports.
But but there are transcripts that were given to the shot callers that were specifically said to call HKA by HKA. Right? Like, HKA is not Hong Kong Attitude in any form of writing.
Yeah.
When given any type of notes to, they'll call, hey, here's notes on Cloud9 for you to use during the broadcast. Here's notes on HKA. It's a little different. And I get it, TSM's the same way, here's your mocha on TSM. And
if they weren't given the notes, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. Because odds are, because HK is so much easier to say, the abbreviation would probably stick like TSM.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people don't say C9 because Cloud9 is just as easy to say.
Yeah.
It's just as short. It's the same amount of
Yeah,
syllables.
Yeah.
So, whereas obviously it's much easier for them to go, TSM coming around the side, the flank if they're in PUBG or something.
Yeah.
But because of all the stuff going on and because Riot's affiliation with like people from China, essentially.
Mhm.
And the current scenario involving Hong Kong, that's when that shit becomes a bit more of an eye squinting situation. Like, is that really what's
Yeah.
going on here? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Are you sure that's it? But yeah, uh, people are going nuts about Blizzard right now.
Yeah.
Which obviously Blizzard's staff walked out over this as well, which
Mhm.
is good on
Yeah.
them, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just put their foot down and was like, this just like spits in the face of
Mhm.
everything you guys claim to stand for. And
Yeah. It's such a mess right now.
weirdly enough, I was doing research. An interesting one is that Overwatch characters that aren't straight everywhere else in the world are actually straight in China
Really?
because of their views on sexuality and stuff.
Hmm.
And a lot of people obviously
Interesting.
went up in arms about that, and I was like, that's just how China is. You're gonna have that in a lot of countries, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of countries that have like those kind of
Yeah,
views,
yeah,
you'll
it's
see
just
that.
like that's just what
Hmm.
it's what it's gonna be.
I did not know that. That is actually news to me.
hmm
Did not know that.
But yeah, but basically, if you
they
see a
have
company making a shitty situation right now, and it's probably because they're linked to Tencent and China has a lot of money. Even the NBA, and the NBA in China is shown on basically a Tencent-owned broadcasting network, and
Yeah.
obviously that if they're seeing people in the crowd wearing pro Hong Kong shirts, they're not going to be
Yep.
happy about that. And
Yep.
they're
Yep.
gonna
No.
they're gonna
And
freak
it-
the fuck.
The NBA thing is wild. I was reading up on like the history of like the NBA and
Mhm.
China, and like the Houston Rockets were like the #1 team in China for the
Mhm.
longest time, and it wasn't because of Yao Ming. Like it was they drafted Yao, and then like other players' jerseys were like the top sellers. Like they just like China just became like
Mm-hmm.
just batshit crazy about
The Houston Rockets. Yeah.
the Houston
China,
Rockets.
China fucking love basketball, and that's something that I'd never expect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy. I was like reading all about this, and I was like, I had no idea. Like I knew that they like really liked basketball,
Mhm.
but I had no idea to the extent, and that explains why when what's his face from the Rockets tweeted that kicked off this entire thing.
Yep.
And I like just like reading up on like the history of that, I was like, Jesus, I had no idea.
Mhm.
But one group that has stayed controversy free from the China situation anyway, at least to my knowledge, has been Twitch, which is funny because they've been the breeding grounds of controversy for the past year, past 6 months. It's fun. So something a little bit
strangers.
yeah,
to
little
controversy.
off topic, but something interesting about the whole we were talking about the whole Twitch Mixer thing a few weeks, about a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'd like to say I was right. I would like to take Fortnite for a moment here. Fortnite has been streaming this fucking season 2, whatever the hell it is, season 11 and Fortnite 2 thing all day long. At one time, YouTube Gaming had, I think it was 1.2 million. Let's see, yeah, okay. So YouTube at one time had 1.2 million people watching it on different streams, right? Twitch had 1.5. Twitter had almost 2 million, but most of that was the Fortnite official thing because that's where they were streaming it from.
Yeah.
Mixer had a total of 36,000. Now, in their defense, Ninja was not streaming it. But Ninja doesn't get 100,000 fucking viewers.
I was gonna say but there you're comparing chalk and cheese, man. Dude.
Yeah.
But
But Ninja-
even with Ninja going over,
You probably would have had about 100,000 people watching it on
yeah,
Mixer.
it was never gonna make that much of a fucking
No. And if you look, I was looking at other people and they were comparing, Ninja's Twitch stats to his Mixer stats. And again, this is all, Mixer is not as big as Twitch. We knew this going in.
nowhere near.
The communities, everyone flocked over to Mixer because Twitch was fucking up. They still kind of are. But Twitch was fucking up. Mixer had these communities that were like, oh, come in, we'll love on you. And a lot of my friends that switched over to the Mixer realized most of those people left after about a month, which I would like to say, I believe I said on this podcast that would happen.
Yep.
I'm not right about a lot of things, but I did say that was going to happen. That these communities were going to kind of drift away. And again, I don't want to send any shade to any of my friends that did it. I've been very careful with my words on Twitter, my retweets on Twitter, because I know it's very sensitive for a lot of people. But you should have seen that coming a little bit, because it's not as big as Twitch. One day, in a year and a half, if you stick with it, in a year and a half, 2 years, God knows what happens, right? It could blow up. It could continue to increase exponentially, and it could rival Twitch. It's not going to right now. And I don't understand why everyone expected it to overnight just click. Oh, no, Twitch is dead. Here comes Mixer. It was never going to happen overnight.
I don't think anyone did. I think it was more of the thing where it was like, you look at someone with the clout of, say, a Ninja, you know, and like obviously that deal, and you can look at the stats he did on Twitch, and you can look at the stats that he currently does on Mixer. It's night and day that he did more on Twitch, but if you look at the money he makes on one and the other, it's night and day that he makes a fuck ton more.
Yeah, that's true. That's
like,
true.
Obviously, the clout that he brings going over to Mixer, obviously then people wanted to try and take advantage on that because this is a burgeoning market still. And I think that was more of it, combined with the fact that Twitch at the time were going for a bunch of fucking shit. Granted, all of it was entirely their own fault, but it was a lot of like people being like, okay, so I'm really unhappy with the way Twitch is operating right now, and there's this brand new market which is making moves, but I could potentially build a foundation on, you know. And a lot of people decided to take that gamble. I decided to try it out just because people were like, you should try it out. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? What the fucking make, really? And then they kicked me off. So I came back anyway.
Wait, they kicked you off, really?
Well, it was like a thing where it was like I'd been streaming for a month, and then suddenly it was like, hey, you need to start again, buddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you talking about that on Twitter now.
Which apparently is a thing that they warned people about, and everyone was like, "Oh, you know, they sent loads of warnings."
Oh yeah, they sent loads of warnings that if you didn't do this, this, and this, they were gonna wipe your whole fucking mainframe.
If you didn't sign this form that they sent out like 4 times, I was like, "Well, listen here, dude.
If you did,
I follow all of these fucking platforms, all of them, on all of the fucking social medias, and I didn't see this shit once."
Yeah,
so...
and I'm a fucking journalist. I literally went to school to do my research, and I did my research, and this shit won't fucking here.
I literally sat there researching when the fuck Mixup was doing this after the podcast, and it was just like nothing showed up. So I was like, okay then.
Well,
yeah.
I guess they're being a piece of shit. I'll go with.
I never made the jump just because, I mean, like I said before, my Mixer app is hot fucking garbage, and I'm not the only one that has that issue. And I mean, I watch some
everyone
Mixers.
has that issue.
Well, yeah, and I watched Mixer.
Garbage.
I watched the Mixer on like my PC, and it looked a lot nicer. Again, my life changed when I got this PC, but it looks nicer than it used to. They've made some good quality of life changes, but it just I can't get over, like, when I watch it, it makes me want to watch Twitch.
Yeah, it's really not as like user friendly from a viewer's perspective. It's very
I think that's
user-friendly
because
from the
it's
streamer's
made for
perspective.
consoles.
Yeah, it is, because watching it on its native Xbox, because that's the only place I watch Mixer ever. Like, watching it on the Xbox One is great. Like, it is just a nice, smooth, seamless thing. I don't chat because I don't have a keyboard plugged in, and I'm not gonna go through the trouble to chat. But I'll occasionally pull up like some Mixer streams and watch them when there's people that I know that are streaming, and I'll watch it on Xbox, and it's so much nicer. But like, from a viewer's perspective on like PC or in that god awful app, it is just not.
It's like, not fun.
It's not good. So they need to fix that.
That's not to say Twitch app also isn't a
No,
fucking disaster. By
Twitch
the way,
apps. If you're, I have to be on Wi-Fi for my Twitch app to work.
Yeah, No, if I'm not on Wi-Fi, because I'll try to hop in, like if y'all are streaming like during the day while I'm at work or something, and I can't be on Wi-Fi, and I try to hop in, on my mobile data, I have a like 20 to 30-second lag, like on all my streams, no matter what quality setting I change or anything, or like how good my signal is, I always have a 20 to 30-second latency in the stream that I'm watching, and it is infuriating. And I know I'm not the only one, because like other people have the same problem, but it's just like it's the Twitch app it's something in the app that needs to be fixed, and they haven't fixed it. They just updated it so that it matches like the new like branding and color scheme, but that didn't fix any of the problems of the app. So what the fuck, Twitch? Fix your goddamn app.
Speaking of the branding, color scheme, and layout, it might be the only time I've seen a layout update that people didn't universally fucking hate.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I think the only issue with the new layout that I've seen has been we can't see our followers and we can't see other people's followers. But there's a reason they did that, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
The main issue I have of it is the light mode. It immediately sets you to it, and it looks fucking dreadful.
Oh, I can't do light mode on shit, man. My OBS is on dark mode, my Twitter's on dark mode, my Instagram's on dark mode, and as soon as Facebook gets a dark mode, that shit's going on dark mode too.
Hell yeah. Everything.
It's just really funny where it was like, it updated and it like set me to light mode automatically, and I was just like,
no, this ain't gonna happen.
yeah, it was like I opened the fucking briefcase in Pulp Fiction or something.
Yeah. No, like it's literally I think we might have been talking about it, I think, but when I was like, yeah, it like when I first logged in, it put it to light mode, and I just like didn't even think about it, automatically put it back to dark mode, and was like, fuck this, and didn't pay attention to it. And then we were talking about it, and somebody, I think it was y'all or someone, was talking about light mode and how like awful it was, and I was like, I don't really remember, like I don't know, let me take a look. And so I switched it back to light mode just to take a look, and it was like opening the fucking Ark of the
90s.
Covenant.
It's like, god damn, why is it so bright?
Like it was blinding, and I was like, make it stop.
delete, uninstall.
I didn't even look at anything in light mode after that. I was just like, dark mode, just give it back. I don't even care.
Just give back my dark mode. How do y'all feel about the ad revenue changes going towards affiliates? I mean, it doesn't really do me much. It doesn't really do us that much good. But I feel like it does somewhat like I hate to use the term medium, but it does kind of help the ones that are in like the 40 to 50 viewer range, because they can kind of turn it into a bit more of a profit than, I mean, obviously not someone like me who's got an average of like 4 viewers a stream, but I feel like, because I think it's like $10 every 1,000 views or something like that is what the affiliate.
I think it's even like that, less than that.
It's
like
less. It's $3.50.
I think it's. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like $3.50.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it's like $10 for partners, something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
For 1,000 views.
$3.50 is the CPM for affiliates, the cost per mil.
Yeah.
Which is the cost per 1,000 views. So
right. So it's like $3.50.
The weird thing about this was when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, well, I mean, we have to have ads on our shit,
Yeah.
But that makes sense. But it's actually not those ads, which I think they kind of brushed over a bit. It's ads that you can, like, make roll. It's an ad, it's an ad roll during your stream, because the pre-stream ads, unless you have a fucking sweet cushy deal with Twitch, they all support Twitch directly.
Yeah.
But like, I think, sure, I guess, like it's good that we have that opportunity, but at the same time, if you need so many viewers for it to make a fucking difference, at that point you're just going to be partner anyway.
Well, I think it's nice because it does give some power to the affiliate to an extent. It's kind of like, I feel like it was kind of a sign of Twitch going, okay, affiliates exist. Affiliates are very important to us. We can make, let's be honest, we can make more money off affiliates because there's more of them.
Yeah.
Let's give them a little bit of it. And also, I mean, it's like, for me, I stream late at night. I take a bathroom break here or there, grab some snacks because I get hungry around 1 a.m. If I'm going to be a BRB, I might as well throw a pre-roll up. You're going to be sitting there staring at nothing.
Yeah.
You might as well throw a pre-roll up and sit there for 30 seconds and watch something actually,
Well,
that
and
benefits me.
So far, all the people the only streams that I have seen take advantage of these ads so
Have
far
done it during BRB.
have done it for that. They've been like, hey, like, I'm gonna go take a quick break. Here's an ad. Or like one stream that I was in actually asked their chat. They were like, hey, I'm gonna take a quick break. Would you guys be okay like watching an ad? And like all the chat was just like, yeah, sure. And also, like, not everybody gets the ads. when
Yeah,
you roll them.
subscribers don't.
Yeah, because some people in that particular chat, like after he rolled the ad, they were like, "Oh yeah, so what ad did you get this time or whatever?" And like people were like, "Well, I didn't even get an ad," and I was like, "Oh yeah, well this is the one that I got." So like, still like, not even everybody is going to get those ads.
Well, I mean,
think it's good to get that opportunity.
that kind of makes sense because
for people at our level anyway. I think for the most part it's kind of pointless.
Oh yeah, no, it's completely fucking pointless for us. I mean,
it's like, what difference does it make, really?
yeah.
But
I mean, on a good night, I might have like 40 people watching me. So
I was gonna say, like, for the Marvel streams, maybe. But,
yeah.
One thing that would be
do you know what kind of hyperventilation shock that I would go through if I had 40 viewers at one point? I got rated by 21 one time, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
What would be a nice thing for them to do, even if it's just for partners, just to get some form of separation? Because, whilst obviously I think affiliates do deserve more features. I think partners should still have a nice bit more. But partners should have the option to do picture-in-picture ads. And try and get that to work. I think that would be a cool way of doing it.
Yep.
Where you could have like an ad on screen, and then in the corner that you still have the stream, and you're not really missing.
No, I thought they were going to work on that. Isn't it something they were going to try to have?
I think esports channels working on it. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how much Twitch are doing it themselves.
I could have sworn I saw something about that.
I know a lot of esports channels. To be fair, a lot of esports channels actually.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how ESPN does it. ESPN even has that type of stuff, like actual sports.
It just makes sense to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, picture-in-picture ads. That'd be a nice step forward.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm sorry. Continue.
I was gonna say, I think this whole thing is a good step forward for Twitch and its affiliates, because even though like when you hit affiliate, you can now make money from Twitch. Like affiliates still kind of feel largely like they get the shaft from Twitch overall. So I feel like this is a good step forward in extending the olive branch, as it were, to be like, yeah, we acknowledge you. We know you're still there.
Get there.
You're there. So here's a couple extra pennies. Like
you've signed your life away from us, and
yeah.
You're lucky that we're legally allowed to discuss this on stream because it's not referring to how much money we're making, so we're legally allowed to discuss it. Take that, Amazon. But yeah, it's just a funny one, to be honest. It's like, yeah, that's a nice little thing, but just like looking at it for the most affiliates, a lot of people are like, this is great, and then a lot of people are then suddenly realizing it was like, but does it really make a difference right now?
Yeah.
The answer is not really. It'd be a nice thing down the line, perhaps, but it's like, right now, whatever. I'm sure it's a good thing for the people who can use it and make the most out of it.
Yeah, for a lot of affiliates that are just still hovering around like the 3 to 5 average viewers, like it's not going to do them any good whatsoever.
Another thing they added was they finally did this after like years of me being like, they need to fucking do this because I'm sick to fucking death of it. It's they give you a curated browse page at last.
Yeah.
They give you a recommended feed of games, and it doesn't work, but it's better than nothing. I was so sick of scrolling through like the top 10 games of Twitch, being like, I don't like that game. I hate that game. I don't want to watch that game.
No.
See,
not that
I've
one.
actually really liked the recommended channels they've been doing, because like I follow a lot of streamers on Twitter, and I try to follow them, but I also try to follow them while they're live, because it's always awkward when you pop into a stream and you chatting for the first time, and they're like, "Oh, hey, hi, welcome to the stream," and I'm just like, I hope you don't feel bad. I've actually been following you for like a month, and this is the first time I've been able to do it. And it's like, you weren't live when I followed you, and so like,
it's just
like the recommended channel, because it's relative, like mutual followers and stuff like that. I've actually found a lot of people that I follow on Twitter there. So that's
the
been
recommended
pretty cool.
channels work a lot better than they did, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't recommend me League of Legends and Dota streams now, despite me never watching a League of Legends and Dota stream.
You watched me play Teamfight Tactics one time, and that's all you got.
Yeah, I think I watched you play Teamfight Tactics for maybe an hour, and then it was like, okay, I got things to do now, my dude.
Here's Cloud9's mid pro doing some shit.
I mean,
And like,
let's see.
I'm pretty sure that's still on my list. Like,
Oh, speaking of, I just got a Dota 2 recommended
yeah,
channel, so
see,
thanks.
there we go. It's
But-
like a.
You
can't blame that one on me. What is my recommended
Three
right
out
now?
of my recommended channels are Marbles on Streams, followed by Bob Ross. So,
Bob Ross.
Okay,
Bob
so my recommended channels right now is Poxers, who is in the Scrub Force. Omni, who hangs out in Bloody Faster's Discord channel all the time, so like a bunch of Bloody Faster's community watches him. Someone named Detune, who I've seen before on Twitter. They're playing Resident Evil 2. I don't know who that person is, playing Destiny 2. And then someone I don't know playing Dead by Daylight, which makes sense because I've been watching Scrub Force players play Destiny 2 and Dead by Daylight all day. So that makes sense.
Weirdly enough, both of those are on my recommended list of games to watch, despite me never watching a Destiny 2 stream other than left.
Well, Destiny 2 is
4
big
months
right
ago.
now, so I think they're trying to push Destiny 2
Yeah.
streamers a little bit because it is a bigger game right now.
And Dead by Daylight, I think I maybe watched Pro play Dead by Daylight half a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, I watch Dead by Daylight all the time right now because that's what
it was,
Allie and them have been playing lately.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the channels I have right now. The top one is Bob Ross, naturally, because they know I watched the Bob Ross stream.
Y'all watch the Bob Ross stream?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I genuinely watched them.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Then is
I can just see Vivid just with an easel just going, I'm
over.
gonna fucking get this one this time. I'm gonna paint this
Shroud's one of my recommended channels, so
one.
Basically, a lot of the recommended channels I have right now is because I watch E3 shit. For that one extended period of the year, and
Yep.
Yep.
because I used to watch like esports stuff, so. But yeah, the games one is where the memes come in, really, because it's like Destiny 2's top, or categories even. So it's like Destiny 2 is up top, and I'm like, okay. Then it's just chatting, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Which I get. Then it's Dead by Daylight, which I'm like.
Well, see, the thing that's weird about this is like, I thought at first it was gonna be like, I do like how it has recommended smaller communities. That's really cool how it has that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's like, it's funny because it's like I thought, okay, it's just like it's showing them in order, but it's like just chatting is the top one here, then Dead by Daylight, then art, because I do watch like my buddy Nick does art. He's the one that's doing the emotes.
I think it creates them to something like the amount of time spent on a channel under this category, which is good, because that's a genuine way of doing it. But
Right.
it also leads to situations where, like, say for example, when I'm watching one of your streams, Eric, and then we go and raid someone, I'll probably just like lurk in that chat, and then I'll end up going on like a series of raids until one person doesn't raid. And then that's where the trail ends. So I have like some fucking weird ones. So like I have, yeah,
And
I
then,
have like
and then I end up,
Vane recommended.
Of
and, like,
course,
what the shit is that?
then I end up catching y'all on someone like like Bella or something, and we get stuck in that. We get stuck in the girl with yellow spoon trend for.
It's just really funny because it was just like we raided her once after a stream.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yep.
And like I was there for a little bit, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And then you raided her again another time, and I didn't realize because I was AFK at the time you raided her. And then I came back in, and I was like, "Oh, it's fucking this shit again. What the hell's going on?"
Oh god.
And then it was just like, I can't even remember what the fuck she was talking about. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
I saw my viewer go up by one, and I was afraid that I honestly thought it was Bella. Like she knew we were talking about her. Shit, run and hide.
She knows.
It's like her ear was burning somewhere.
I got an itch. They're talking about me.
got it. Someone's talking about me.
Someone's talking about me.
Man. But no, it's been a lot of fun. I feel like Twitch is making some positive changes. I still don't know how they're doing with the TOS shit.
Some nice PR
Yeah.
things.
Now,
Which I said during the whole controversy shit. I was like, in a couple of months, they'll roll out. I might have even said they'll roll out. We're giving ads to affiliates. I might have even.
We're gonna do this.
I might have even said that verbatim.
Although I didn't see anything about the founder badges. That was a surprise. But
yeah,
I didn't even hear about that. I don't know if they mentioned it at TwitchCon, and maybe I just missed that. But I don't think they did, because even the people that went to TwitchCon were like, "Holy shit, what is this?"
Yeah. It was kind of a
I feel like
surprise.
I predicted the ads. I definitely predicted the mixer currency thing that they were gonna bring in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I straight up predicted that one to you guys. I was like, oh, they'll bring in a mixer currency.
Yeah, but that was kind of a given, though.
Yeah.
But no, one thing. I don't know if you guys saw this. So they did something at TwitchCon this year that I thought was really cool, and it inspired me in a weird way. Did you see them partner that guy on stage?
Yeah.
Did you hear about this of it?
that.
So there was this guy, Darker First Serenity. I've actually watched a couple of his streams. He's really good. He's a really nice guy. Very energetic. Very high energy, which obviously reflected good on me. But yeah, they were talking about how the main guy who was in charge of community affairs and stuff like that came out there, and he was like, congratulations to everyone that was partnered of the 2018-2019 class. We can't wait to start the new class. And matter of fact, we're going to start today. And they brought the kid on stage, and then he didn't know it was him, but I actually talked to him on Twitter. I talked to him. Did you while you watching it?
Yeah, I'm watching the clip of it.
Yeah,
just
I actually
face plants the screen.
I actually talked to him on Twitter, and he said that he was suspicious when his friends, because he was friends with a couple partners, obviously, and they told him to sit on the front row with him, and I was like, well, this is the partner section. I don't belong here. And so they're like, no, it'll be fine. Just come on with us. You're with us. Apparently he got suspicious that something was going on, but he didn't know he didn't know what it was going to. And I just thought that was awesome. That is just really awesome. And I was like, you know what?
Robes. It looks like they're giving robes or something in this screenshot.
Oh man.
Speaking of robes, I had to just buy mine for my fucking graduation ceremony.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
that shit's expensive.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, but no, it's
fuck me. But that's really cool that they did that. That's a nice.
But yeah, so not everything was peachy keen at TwitchCon.
No.
There was a picture that floated around of the open beers that were left out.
Was that the Discord part?
That was the partner party.
That was I thought that was the Discord party.
Nope, that was the partner party. That was the partner party.
That was the partner party with the open beers. The Discord party has other. There was rumors about other stuff going on, but it wasn't actually at the Discord party.
Yep.
Right.
There was someone that got roofied, but I don't know if that happened at one of the parties or if that happened.
That was the rumor that it was at the Discord party, but it wasn't. It was actually,
okay.
A group of them had gone off.
I was gonna say that was a separate thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's still shitty. That's still shitty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's still shitty because the girl that it happened to, she was there with a bunch of other Twitch people, so it was either someone else from Twitch, from the community, or some random person just happened to catch it.
Yeah,
but
it's just a really really shitty situation. It's just really disgusting, and I mean it's unfortunate. But I mean it seemed like from what everyone talked about, this was arguably the best TwitchCon they've had, which is why they're going back to San Diego next year.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the final two segments of this podcast. The TwitchCon is going back to San Diego next year. They've already announced the dates. Now, I have done some personal research.
It's also going to Amsterdam.
Yes, it's also going to Amsterdam as well.
Which, if you want a fucking party place, a Twitch
God.
convention
Now-
in Amsterdam.
I wish I could go to
Holy shit.
TwitchCon Amsterdam.
Now, I don't international travel that short of a turnaround because Amsterdam's in what, like May, March, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm
I
already.
think it might even be earlier than that.
I'm going broke just going to PAX South. So
Yeah.
so that's in January. There's no way I can do a quick turnaround to fly internationally to Amsterdam. But I can save up money for next September. And that's what I plan on doing. And I believe the three of us are going to attempt TwitchCon next year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
We're good.
plan.
We're gonna attempt.
Attempt to coordinate.
Is this San
Yep.
Diego?
Yes, it's going to be in San Diego. Now, I've done some prereq research, but unfortunately they haven't listed any plane price, like air traffic. You know, I'm going to talk to a couple people that went last year just to like gauge like how expensive it is. Because the issue I have is it's 2 months after my buddy gets married in Guatemala. And he's a really good friend of mine, and that Guatemala plane ticket by itself is $1,000. And that's if I get it right now, which I can't, because I can't afford to drop $1,000 right now. And that means it's only going to go up as I wait. So I feel bad if I end up flying to San Diego 2 months after his wedding, and I just go, hey man, I'm sorry, I can't make it, but I'm going to fly to San Diego. Like, I'm kind of stuck in a conundrum there, because, oh yeah, the plane ticket's probably going to be about $500 cheaper, but it's your wedding,
Yeah.
and there'll be other TwitchCons.
You know,
So-
they do, but they go fucking, you know.
Yeah. So, but
right
it's also in Guatemala, which isn't like the best area in the world. But you know, I don't know, man. I'm definitely 110% planning on going. I would say I'm 90% positive I'm going to find a way to go. I just got to fight that mental battle about okay, my buddy's wedding. That's in Guatemala. Or TwitchCon. Because I can only go to one. I can't go to both. And it's like,
Oddly enough, looking at flights from Houston to San Diego, like if I were to fly out October 21st of this year, because I can only go to September of next year.
right.
Basically like October, just like next week to fly out to San Diego. The cheapest one is on Spirit, which I do not recommend, but it's only $65.
It's really weird thinking that of.
Well, yeah, it's fucking Spirit,
plane to San
Lovely.
Diego.
You have to pay.
And
The
two of
other,
you live
you,
in the same
what,
fucking
what,
Hey,
you,
all the other
oh
fees
yeah,
on-
and then you also have to pay for the surgery on your legs when you crash.
But even like Delta and United, like those are only in the 200s.
That's
so
not
that's not bad. But
No.
then I just looked up September 2020 dates just to like see, because I was like, oh, how far out like would they be? And they're like upwards of $700, and I was like, what?
Wait,
So,
they're up to $700 for you?
yeah,
Oh, I'm fucked then.
yeah.
that's
but
like the standard price here.
that's weird. Like in 2 weeks, I could fly out for $200, but next year, like a year out, they're upwards of 700. Like that
well,
makes sense.
it also
So,
depends on the time.
Yeah, so
and-
it's gonna
Yeah,
be like something that we're gonna have to keep an eye on.
yeah. I feel like we're gonna have to try to catch it in the right time. Once the dates are finally announced, like I don't know, it's yeah. Because once
Either
I
that or
once I get paid this week, I'm booking my flight to Texas, and then I just gotta hope either my current job or my new job, whenever I get it, end up working with me there. But yeah, it's gonna be
we
fun.
Either fly out to San Diego, or we all fly here
And
road
we
trip
road
out to
trip.
San Diego,
Road trip to California.
which is a 24-hour drive, and I've done it before.
Which is-
not in one sitting.
So
but-
basically, either we're taking 4 days off of work, or we're taking 7 days off of work.
yeah, pretty much.
Fun thing to contextualize that for any European viewers. That one road trip from Texas to San Diego is probably like 3 UKs.
Yeah.
You can go.
Basically.
You can go from one end to the other, back, and then
Yeah.
back to the other end again.
Yeah.
I mean, what, like London to Wales was like,
3 hours.
yeah, it was like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, because I
Jesus
wanted
Christ,
to go to Wales.
that's
when we were
how.
in London, but
That's how
we
long
didn't.
it takes me to get to DC from where I live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 3 hours in Texas doesn't even get you out of the state, so don't even talk to me.
It's about
3 hours.
it's about 4 hours if you go. It depends on where in Virginia. If you're
If
going from
I-
like Virginia Beach to like the far western where like Kentucky is, it's about 4.5 hours, 5 hours.
If I drive in 3 hours from any direction from Houston, I can either be in San Antonio,
Mm-hmm.
almost to Dallas, almost to Corpus, or like in like the very eastern part of Louisiana.
So I always wondered why so many of my friends in
western part.
I always wondered why so many of my friends in Texas still fly to other areas of Texas, and I think I realized that why. I think I see that now.
Yeah, no, I flew. So Corpus to Houston is about a 3.5, like 4 hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple years ago, I was a bridesmaid in my friend's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and she was having her bachelorette party like in May. So I
Mhm.
drove down for that, and then I came back, and then like that was like the wedding shower or whatever, and then she had her bachelorette party, which was going to be the weekend before the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, gonna have to go down for the bachelorette party, come back and work for a couple days, and then I was taking days off because it was like 4th of July weekend, so I was
Mhm.
making a really long weekend out of it to go to the wedding and like have a vacation.
Right.
And it was like, I'm not driving to Corpus, coming back for 2 days, and then driving back to Corpus. So I literally flew to Corpus for the bachelorette party, and it was such a short flight that by the time we got in the air and all of the lights had come off and they were like, okay, you're free to roam around the cabin. And by the
LOL
time-
JK, sit your fucking asses back down.
Yeah, by the time I got my Kindle booted up and like got back into the book that I was reading, I read like 2 pages and they were like, we'll be descending soon. Please secure all devices and sit back down in your seats and put on your seatbelts. And I was like, God damn it.
See, like,
It was less than a 45-minute flight. Total.
meanwhile,
It
I'm
was
like,
horrible.
about having to drive 2.5 hours just to go to my graduation. Because it's such an insane thing how context works with like fucking scale and shit. Where it's like,
Yep.
Yeah.
like for you, it's like, oh, I have to get a plane to go to this place. And I'm like, yeah, for me to graduate, I have to travel halfway across the country.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But,
crazy.
Good stuff. It's good stuff. It's why, like, when I have friends from out of state, like, I have a friend that moved down here from Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and for a while, he was about an hour and a half, 2 hours out of Houston. And he was like, oh, you never come visit. I'm only 2 hours away. And I was like, bitch, I don't even go visit my friends across town, and that's a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, right.
That,
Like,
that is a
no.
long ass flight.
Of course, that's
Jesus
pretty.
Christ.
Of course, that's pretty. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm looking at flights at the moment. So, dear God. That's a long
Yeah,
ass
Vivid,
flight.
you're gonna be jet lagged. Okay, you might want to come in a day early so that way.
Oh, that's
you
what I
can
was planning on
rest.
doing anyway.
Yeah.
But I was planning on coming in on the 20th.
Oh, I was. If I end up, if I plan ahead enough, I might just take a whole entire week off
Yeah.
and like come early and like just spend time on like San Diego Beach and shit like that. Because that's what a lot of people did. They just took the whole week off.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so
Like
I can get a-
I'd probably do like Wednesday to Tuesday. So I can still enjoy it after the con.
I can get a flight from like for like 600 quid, which isn't terrible to be
Mhm.
honest. That isn't bad. But it's just like looking at this, and it's like, oh yeah, to get there from London Heathrow to San Diego Airport, that's 11 hours and 15 minutes. And I'm like, oh great, that's
Jeez.
non-stop, no layover. I'm like, okay.
Well,
Uh,
well, here's the thing though. With the
But it's
time differences,
11 hours to, well, yeah, so that's with time, because I was like 11 hours to San Diego, because it was like 10 hours when we flew to London and we left out of Chicago, which is significantly closer to London than San Diego is.
Well, it also depends on because you don't fly in a straight line. You have to worry about airlines and stuff like that, and sometimes you have to go around. But with time differences, because you're so far ahead of us, and San Diego's actually behind me. You know, like San Diego's San
Diego's 2 hours behind me.
They're 3 hours behind me, which means they're like 8 hours behind you. So
I love going to America because
in the end,
the time difference.
Yeah, but like in the end, like wouldn't you really only lose like 4 hours of your day?
Time wise, yes.
No, yeah. Then you get there, it's
actual living wise, I will feel all 11 because I don't sleep on planes.
You'll feel, God, it's like, damn, but I've been on a plane all day long. It's like, dude, you've been gone for 4 hours.
But yeah, literally, it's like looking at this. It's
Can I say though, Vivid, the time that it would take you to fly from London to San Diego.
You wouldn't even be halfway. You probably wouldn't even be out of Texas.
If I drove to San Diego, I would not be out of the state in that same amount of time.
I was gonna say, because isn't Texas like
it's
16
12 hours.
Oh, okay.
It's at least 12 hours if you go in a certain direction, but like the widest point to point, I think it's 14 hours across.
It's so funny. Is like if I left at this time, it's like, oh yeah, you could leave London at 20 to 2 in the afternoon and arrive in California at 5 to 5 in the afternoon. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And it's like, you could leave San Antonio at 7 p.m. and arrive at Heathrow at 25 to 2. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a wild time.
Yeah, it was like, because that would be the biggest time difference I've dealt with. Because the biggest one I've dealt with so far is Eastern time. Going to New York and like when I was a kid going to like Florida and stuff. So the idea of just skipping Central Time and going to the Pacific Time.
Oh my god, that is
so god. Just ending up in the middle of California, getting off this plane, crawling out of the airport because my legs no longer work.
Well, what's crazy for me is like I think when I looked at it, I think it was like a 4-hour flight for me, or like a 3-hour flight for me, or something like that. So it's like I'll leave and then get there and nothing's changed. It's the same light outside as it was when I left.
Yeah, just
but then coming
this
back
is
is going to suck so bad.
This is a great context of how big America is.
Yeah. It's real big.
So
I mean, my flight's about 3.5 hours to San Diego if I were to fly out there.
So, a kind of a weird thing where it's like, oh, you can have direct flights, and then obviously you can have flights with stops. And whilst it kind of makes sense that you're paying more for a flight with stops, at the same time, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because it's like, surely the more premium way would be just to go straight fucking there.
Just balls to the wall, yeah.
But yeah, they have like with 2+ stops for like 3,500 pounds, and I'm like, shit. And I kind of I want to find what that would entail.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I hate that stuff. But sometimes you can't get one. Like, there's not a lot of flights from Richmond or Norfolk or the Newport News airport. There isn't a whole lot of direct stop. Like, I don't think there is a direct flight to Houston. I have to stop at I think it was, I can't remember the one I was looking at before, which I'm pretty sure isn't available anymore. But the one I was looking before, that was like it was like $270, but it stopped me in Kentucky. And then I went from Kentucky to Houston was the flight I was looking at. So that'd be pretty cool. I've never been to Kentucky, but all of that is nice and all, but it doesn't help if our channels are still babies. Like obviously, I feel like we could. I feel like our personalities could grow once we kind of put ourselves in front of people. Like, hey, look, I have a stream. If you think I'm cool, fucking watch me. You know. But I'm just like, where do we want to be once TwitchCon rolls around? Because it's not discouraging for me yet, but I feel like it could be eventually. When I do put in a lot of effort to try to like grow things, and obviously like I knew the turnout for this podcast wasn't going to be great because we took so much time off from it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what do I have to do? You know?
Yeah.
Like I know it sounds like a stupid question, and it probably like it's probably paints me in a bad light to ask it,
What
but it's
do
like,
people want from me.
but it's like, you know, like what do I have to do to get you to at least give it a try? Because I've always felt like trying something wasn't bad. Like you could like watch something, just like, okay, let me try to watch a stream, right? Let me watch a stream and maybe watch a couple because they play different things and see what it's like.
Yeah.
What do I have to do to get people to want to try?
Like, I've been seeing a bunch of social media posts about this lately. Be it like I saw one earlier today, which was like, you know, fuck you if you're doing a tweet asking for people to drop their Twitch links, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, that seems a bit weird.
Right.
I don't
That's-
know, I guess.
Well, it's just the thing. It's like you look at a lot of like streamers that are like doing well right now, and it's like they talk to people, they go
Yeah.
around, like they're interacting with people's streams. Like, that's what I do. Like I interact with people's streams. I'm always active on Twitter, and I get people that pop in. My friend Pop has popped in on my stream. I saw her lurk before. My friend Suave lurks, and I do feel like for me, part of it is the fact that I do stream at times when everyone else is streaming or they're asleep. So I know I don't stream at the best times. Like most people that I interact with on Twitter, they're posting good night posts before I even get home from work. You know? So I know I'm kind of fighting the 8 ball there. So maybe streaming earlier would help me.
Yeah. And that's definitely an issue I have as well. I know that. Because, like, obviously time is a massive thing. Because, you know, there's only so much of it in a day. Like, so you kind of have to, like, mess around with that a lot. Game choice is one.
I do know game choices where I suffer from, because I did the fucking Goose Game the other day, and that was a fantastic. Who the fuck is texting me at 12 o'clock at night?
Fucking Goose Game. That
I still
fucking
really
Goose.
want to play.
I need to play that.
I want to play.
But but yeah, you know, that's a like an example of a good one, because you know that's a trending game. That isn't going to be too big because it isn't Fortnite, and it's a good like Twitch game because of how much of a fucking meme it is.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? But obviously at the same time, it's like when it comes to the shit that I do, or like the shit that you do in general, Eric, you know, where it's like you do JRPGs, and it's like obviously you're entertaining playing these JRPGs and people enjoy playing these JRPGs. But because JRPGs are such a weird genre,
Yeah, it's like you watch him, it's like, the fuck is he playing?
you know what I mean? And I literally watch them. I'm like, what the fuck is he playing? Because I have no idea.
I mean, I love them, but I mean, like JRPGs are kind of weird. Like JRPGs have a specific audience, and it's hard to tap into that when you're playing. Like if I played Final Fantasy, I could probably get shit ton of Final. I could probably be a lot more successful playing that game. Whereas Trails of the Cold Steel is kind of a cult one. Like you've seen people hop into my stream.
Yeah.
That are, oh my god, I'm so glad to see someone finally playing this game. And it's like, been playing it for like 4 fucking months.
Yeah. Where have you been?
It's RPGs in general, I think.
Yeah, and that's why I want to. That's why I want to pepper in some Apex, but I hate first-person shooters, man, and I don't like. I feel like I'm not like when you watch a game like Fortnite or Apex or something like that. It's like part of it you are expecting a hint of skill.
Yes.
And I ain't got shit of it.
Like, I enjoyed Apex for the most part. I think it's a really fun game in itself, but personally, I just don't find watching people play those games entertaining.
And so that's the thing as well. I have a feeling the issue with that is that the actual entertaining people playing these games or like the more entertaining people playing these games that we would find entertaining are probably buried under the thousands of other people who are also playing these games.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the double-edged sword of
Yeah, it's
Twitch.
like, do you play the
Yeah.
obscure games,
Yeah,
or do you play
I
the
didn't
games that
like-
everyone else is playing?
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I could play Fortnite, but I fucking hate Fortnite, so why would I? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
I
mean,
could do a just chatting stream, but
Yeah. And I mean, I got people that came to that Goose Game that I was playing the
Yeah.
other day, and that was pretty fun. But again, I played it during the day, and it was a game that a lot of
Yes.
people were playing. It was a hotter topic.
yes.
I had
That
The other thing is, I've noticed this, which is why I try to lurk in people's streams as much as possible. Have you noticed that? I don't know if you guys noticed in your channels, but I've noticed a snowball effect. Once you get past that 4 or 5 viewer mark, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tend to come in pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, because even because if I look at my follower list right now, right, obviously I've got a lot of top heavy, but then after Bella, who's live right now, I've got someone with 117, 81, 63, and 31. I actually kind of have to scroll down a pretty far ways before I find someone with 4, 5, 6, right? But, once you hit that 4, 5, 6 level, more people start to come in because they can see you more. I feel like
Yeah.
you pop up on more of the recommended lists.
Where
Yeah.
I notice this more than anything is Monster Prom. When we do those
Yep.
streams, I think that's the prime example of this because I can have streams where we have like maybe 2 people who come in and watch it,
And
we'll
that's
just
me
have
and
2
Lev.
people. Yeah, and
Yeah.
like we'll have no one there. But as soon as we get a stream where like 4 people have come, all of a sudden we can go up to like fucking 20 plus, like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden they just start crawling out of the woodwork, and
Yeah.
you're just like, "Whoa,
and people are like,
where were all you people a minute ago?"
Yeah.
And people playing a fucking dating sim over there, you know?
Yeah,
And, like,
what is this?
and but yeah, it's like the kind of like I don't like to call it a tip because that would imply that I have some knowledge about this fucking thing.
Yeah. Which we don't. We're not experts. We're amateurs, and that's why we're asking the questions.
Yeah,
But like the one kind of like advice I give to like people who are like, oh, I want to try that. What tips would you have? I was like, go for like scroll down a bit on the browse page and pick a game there that you enjoy.
But you also want to pick a game you enjoy playing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pick
So
a game that
it's
allows you to like put forth your personality into it.
like looking at this right now, one that always surprises me is how low Rocket League is, considering
Yeah.
that's a game that has a esports scene. That's really low. So that's one you could
it
do.
has
You know,
a
'cause
lot
that's-
of really low numbers for some reason for being
Bo-
an
Borderlands
esports.
3.
Yep.
That's relatively low. Like it's got 3.1k viewers, which is a lot of people. But at the same time, if you manage to jump on that and get a few people in, and suddenly you're halfway up that list of 3.1k, as soon as one
Yeah.
person's done, it's like, I want to watch someone else play Borderlands 3.
Yeah,
One-
They can be like, oh shit.
From just watching some of my streamer friends play that are obviously getting a little bit bigger in number, the just chatting is always one of the highest viewed ratios. But
Yeah.
I've always seen my friends get the most viewers during the periods of their stream where they're just chatting.
Mhm.
It's like,
So it's like,
what do you come in for? Like, what draws people to that? I know a lot of people like to talk to the streamer and get to know the streamer and get personal with them, but like, well, like, I guess here's the thing. I'm gonna hit the just chatting thing here, and. Okay, I can see something here. First thing, the guy, obviously the person has 4.7 thousand viewers, but he's looking at unusual memes. Like, okay, he's meme viewing, right? That would draw me in. But let me scroll down to someone that doesn't have 100 people. Oh, let's see here. I gotta scroll down for a while, because there's a lot of people with 100 plus on just chatting right now. Alright, here we go. Drunk stream with Shay and Viper. It looks like they're on Discord. That would probably draw me in. A drunk stream? That sounds like good.
That's a good name.
Yeah, this person. Okay, that person is streaming a concert. That's probably illegal. But that would probably draw me in. I don't know. Like this, I don't know. It always fascinates me the different ways to grow. But where do we want to be come TwitchCon 2020? Where do you want to? Let's set a goal right now for us to do everything we can to hit.
I want to at least.
Have your own custom mob. That's
Yo, that costs.
don't sugarcoat it. That's what you really want. You want
I
a
mean,
pigeon marble.
to be real, I do want that sweet pigeon marble, but it does cost $250.
That's a lot.
Well, you know
And-
what? You know what? You should set a goal to
I'm gonna
raise
have
the
to-
money from
I'm
your
gonna have
Twitch.
to crowdsource it.
Just set a goal for Twitch.
Crowdsource.
Like your Twitch is gonna help you fund that.
Is a possibility because I actually had one of my friends from the Marvel community that I've made since I've been streaming. She donated $10 on Monday, so that I could get a couple more Marvel skins because we had talked about it, and she was like, "I want you to get some of the spooky Halloween skins," and I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Well, that was nice of her.
Yeah. So then we managed to get another Marvel slot so that I can have more skins, and I got 2 of the Halloween skins.
Mhm.
So I got like a decent amount of stuff out of that. So I don't think crowdsourcing to get a custom marble would be that difficult, honestly. But it's $250, so I'm definitely gonna have to crowdsource that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Aside from the marble, though, what kind of
what
gold
kind of
do you want?
goals do you want to set?
So I don't have like delusions of grandeur and wanting to like be partnered by the next TwitchCon because I know that shit ain't happening.
No. Hey,
Um,
never say never. I know some people that were streaming like hardcore for about 9 months to a year, and all of a sudden, boom, they're partnered. It could happen.
I mean,
We just gotta strike gold somewhere.
it could totally happen, but I just need to get lucky and strike that gold, and I don't know if or when that will happen, and I'm not gonna like put all my eggs in that basket.
Mm-hmm.
If it happens, it happens. That would be amazing, but I'm gonna be realistic here, and say I at least want to like have a consistent community. Like I'm kind of like working up to that point at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I keep streaming marbles and eventually get to the point where I have a little bit more time to do some other streams outside of just marbles.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I don't know if that'll happen because I don't really get a break from school
Right.
until I graduate.
I feel like once you start to see the results, that kind of inspires you to be like, okay, let me try to
Yeah.
film more. Like even if it's not like a monetary thing, but it's like, okay, I gained quite a few followers here. That's gonna kind of drive me to like do it again.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how it's been. Is that I got like a really good raid one night, and I got like 20 new followers just like in one night a couple weeks ago, and I was like, shit, like that's really good. If I could actually like do that more often on these Monday night streams, like that'd be pretty solid. And so that's actually motivated me to be less lazy because I get home because on Monday nights I volunteer and then I come home and I normally try to stream.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely a few times when I'm just like, ugh, I'm so tired. I worked all day. I volunteered. I don't really want to stream. But I'm kind of like, yeah, but if I stream, like, there's the possibility that I could have another good raid from somebody, or like just I could have a good night in viewers in general, and that could turn out to be like really good. So I'm gonna do it anyway. So that's
Right.
kind of like been motivation. So I just gotta stay on that motivated mindset and hopefully at least have like a consistent community built up. And I don't really want to like put a solid number out there or anything by TwitchCon, but I want a community like consistency. And I don't
Like
know,
you want to be able to go live and know you're gonna have 4 or 5 names out of a 40 name basket that you know are gonna show up. Like there's
Yeah,
gonna be a certain number of
no.
people. Because I mean that's pretty much all I get. I know Chop's gonna stop by. I know Curse is gonna stop by if he's awake. You two are gonna stop by if you're awake and see that I'm live.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah,
That's
like,
all I
that's-
know.
That's kind of what I want. Like I just want to have like those people, like a couple that I know will stop by
Mm-hmm.
like consistently, because once you get those people stopping by consistently, like you start popping up and more people trickle in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want that kind of like consistent like viewership to kind of help like boost me along. That's what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it works. How about you, Vivid?
Yes, Vivid. What is your goals?
Just like general consistency would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe some cohesion between the Twitch and YouTube stuff a bit more, because obviously at the moment I'm just uploading podcasts and
Mm-hmm.
I'm uploading podcasts from Twitch to platforms after I'm legally allowed to do so.
Which
Because
which you have to help me do that, so that this
yes,
podcast be the first one up on multiple
yes,
sources.
we'll discuss what's going on there a bit more at the end, I imagine, when we're wrapping up. But yeah, just some consistency in general. I think the problem is with what I do is that I bounce around games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and not because like no game could really keep my attention. It's just the nature of what I do, especially now that I've got reviews going again.
Mm-hmm.
I'd legit go from game to game to game to game to game,
Right.
but week after week, I don't really have a through line. And I believe the way that I'm going to have to start doing that is literally just to start playing a game for a review months in advance
Yeah.
and do that as a stream thing without even saying, oh, by the way, this is for a review. Just do it and then have it just pop up months later and be like, by the way, that entire thing was for this, right? And then just link it in chat or something. But yeah, no, just some cohesion in general, because I don't really care too much about going to TwitchCon for like Twitch purposes.
Right.
I just want to go to hang out.
Right. No, I'm a similar way there. Where it's like I really want to go out. The thing
Yeah.
for me is, I'm big into networking right now, and I've always kind of been, and not just like the whole like networking to grow the stream. Like I want to make friends, right? Like that's how I.
Business
That's
card.
exactly. Well, that's how I met you. But not just that, because that feels too professional for me.
Ah,
But like
you gotta
I
get
met
them, my dude.
I met you two just from doing you like I did YouTube videos. I was in the Facebook group. I met Lep, drew me to Matt, and from Matt I met you, Vivid. So,
Mhm.
and I've made a lot of friends here on the platform. Like Bella, me and Bella DM all the time. Like we're always talking on Twitter. I'm getting closer with Allie and the rest of Scrub Force. Like I talked to Suave Matrix. I talked to I talk to him. I talk to Spirit all the time. Drea is another partner. I've got a couple of friends that actually just recently hit partner that I talk to all the time. So it's like, I love the networking side of things.
Yeah.
And I want to meet these people. Like I've befriended them. I've made friends with them. I want to actually meet them. I want to sit down. I want to talk to them. Like Bella had a big dinner for a bunch of her viewers and streamer friends, and she actually was straight up was like, "Hey, I'm kind of pissed you're not here." And I was like, "I'm fucking sorry. I didn't know about this." So
Sorry.
it's like I want to really connect and truly network with people, but I feel like there is a part of me, and you guys know how I get negative on myself all the time, but I feel like a part of me, it's like I haven't flipped that switch from we're fellow streamers to we're friends. And I feel like there's a part of me that does, and I know Matt went hard on me one time when I said this, but I feel like the numbers do matter to a point where it's like,
Yeah.
why do you want to hang out with me? Like, why do you want to meet me? Why would you? It's like, I'm not benefiting your streaming career at all. I'm not bringing anyone to you. Like, if we raid Bella tonight, or if we raid Suave, who's sitting with fewer people, so maybe, what the raid's not helping. It's just showing you that I care enough to send what people I have to you,
Yeah.
But why do you want to hang out with me? Like, why do you want to meet me if I'm smaller? So I do want to grow. I do want to make this into something, and also I want to make this a career. I can't make a career if I'm not growing. So there is
definitely.
there is that number game. Like, people sit on Twitter and be like, "Oh, the numbers don't matter." They do if you want this to become something. Like, yes, I do it because I love doing it. Like, I don't care if there's only one person while I'm streaming Trails of Cold Steel. I don't care. I love the game. I want to beat the game. I'm going to beat the game. Right? That's not going to stop me from playing it.
Yeah.
But I do have to pepper in some games like the Goose game or maybe some Teamfight Tactics or our co-streams. I mean, we collab. I got to pepper those in. A, they're fun. But B, from a promotional mindset. If I want this to be something, I got to do something to make it grow. And
you
I feel like
you gotta like pander to the numbers a little bit.
yeah, and I feel like my content comes out best when I'm with other people anyway. To be honest,
Gotta get
Yeah.
that bounce off.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like my content's best when I'm with other people anyway. So I feel like in terms of a goal for TwitchCon, obviously like you, Lep, I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, I'm going to meet all my friends at the partner party. Like, that's where I'm going to meet them as the partner party, which means we all got to get partnered. No, I know that's not logical. I would love to be partnered by TwitchCon.
Oh, yeah,
Fuck yeah.
obviously.
I would love to be the next Darker First Serenity and be partnered on fucking stage. Like, I love that shit. But it's not practical. I want to see... I would like... Here, I guess this is something that I can kind of say. Because I feel like this kind of comes with an increase in number. I would like to be able to say that Twitch is some type of financial institution for me. Not quite a second job, because that would imply I make enough to kind of live off of, and that's not possible. But I would like to be able to get a Twitch payout every 3 months.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, you know, it's $100 a month to rotating bank to finally get a cash out. I like to get a cash out every 3 months. Like, it's something that I can measure that's not like, strictly, I got to have 15 viewers. Right? I got to have 500 followers. Obviously, I keep a track on those goals because I do have those goals. But I want something that I can set practically. Like, okay, I can actually achieve this. Like, I can actually do something to achieve this. I can impact that in some way. And I think that's one goal for TwitchCon. But ultimately, I guess, you know, here's one that I could probably call and actually put forth. I want to be a part of a stream team between here and TwitchCon.
Oh, make a stream team.
Oh, yeah.
That is something we could... How do you go about doing that, though?
I don't fucking know.
Because the three of us could be one, let's be honest.
Fucking Google it. I'm not gonna...
Head up, Allie.
I mean,
Allie made Scrub for us. I'll hit Allie up and be like, how did you do it?
Yeah.
Did you just like...
When I first started streaming, I was a part of a couple of stream teams. But I was never a consistent enough, or a regular enough streamer to actually be a part of the stream team itself.
Yeah, because I'm in the same way. Like, I'm a part of Scrub Force, but it's like a subset. It's almost like a guest spot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to become a part of them. Like, I'm doing the Scrub RC and stuff like that to hopefully maybe they'll pick me to do it. But
yeah.
I have a goal for the event itself. Like, for the actual TwitchCon itself. And this is not officially with TwitchCon, by the way. If you couldn't guess. I want to do live podcasts. Because we're out there for a weekend.
That's true.
I'm probably going to be out there for a Thursday where I would do a podcast.
Yep.
And for a Sunday where we do a podcast.
Oh, shit.
So we could do 2 of those.
It'll be September. Well, it'll be in fucking San Diego. We're not...
It is not going to be cold enough for a fire.
Look, I'm pretty. Look, I can find someone with an Airbnb that's got a fireplace. We can do a live fireside chat somehow, even if we fucking draw a fucking fireplace.
I was gonna say, just get like a chalkboard or something and put some fire on it.
So
you know those fake fires you can buy at like the store with like
the Halloween store with like the
tissues.
fabric that's just
one of those.
It'll be September. We might be able to find a Halloween store somewhere there that'll have it.
Yeah.
Put one of those.
Oh my god.
Do one of those. The mine's a lot easier because I just have to sit at the table, really. But
yeah. Oh my god. That's the plan. We'll do a live fireside chat podcast.
That'll be good.
Oh man. So, in conclusion, what have you guys got planned for this week?
Have you got marbles coming up?
I do. Marbles tomorrow, as usual, because it's Monday Night Marbs.